Waha guys, welcome back to the studio. Ryan, aka BloodShot Airbrushing, and we are back for part 2 of the beginner's introduction to colors. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, rainbow? I don't want to learn how to paint a rainbow, but I recommend it, guys. It will be a great step. Little whiner down there. It'll be a great step for a train of thought. I blame you. I blame this guy right here. Yeah. All right. Coming up. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Get down. Oh, right in the neck. All right. All right. All right. I do recommend getting a little bit of it done, playing with your colors, mixing your primaries, getting your complementaries. This is great practice, guys, for when you do start blending colors in real world applications. Because as I was saying in video 1, and if you start playing around with these paints, you will learn, guys, some of these colors blend nicely. Some of them you will have to work on medium tones in order to get these blends, but it can all be done. It can all be done, just practice, practice, practice. Alright guys, I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Real world application is where we are at today, guys. We're going to get that air cleaner, we're going to bust it out, and we're going to start adding some color. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this, so let's get right on to it. Check it out. Alright, enough of that. Let's do some practical application. I know you guys have been waiting for this one. Let's get on it. Now, for this, guys, I was doing a little different for colors. I was using an Indian yellow as my base color, and some candy green and some candy red. Now these are the automotive candies. Should be using a respirator, but I am using the minute amounts of it that I'm not going to stress. Not today, not today. But I will stress this point, guys. Candies, being as they are urethanes, they will have to be the last thing you apply to your project. They're very much like a clear. And part of the issue is you try to spray over that candy with another color and the candy just bites right back on through once you clear it. So you get bleeding if you got candy where you didn't want it and you try to cover it up with a water-based paint. It ain't gonna work, man. That candy's gonna bleed right on through as soon as you clear it. You'll look like it's got it covered. As soon as that clear hits it, it just pulls those urethanes right through that water base. And it's like that water base was never there. So please, guys, mental note, candy's got to go on last, and you got to be very specific where you put them. This is why I'm using a stencil, guys. Right now, I'm using my water-based paint first, and the candies will go over top. And everything I've done to this stage has all been water-based paints. And what I'm doing, because I built up my whites, is I'm just bringing that yellow in and still saving my whites. If you look closely, you'll see that it's more yellow to the outside of the glow, and it's a little more white to the interior of that glow. Alright guys, I did a little bit of tone to the underside belly of the snake, and now we get on to some color. Alright guys, the candies I was telling y'all about. Alright, and because these are automotive paints, guys, they will require a bit of hardener and a bit of a thinning agent, thinners, to allow for a nice spray. And candies are finicky, guys. I find, especially when I'm working with these little tiny areas, a little goes a long way. And now this already has the hardener agent in it. That's why it's so thick. I thin them out immensely, and again, just light layers, building it up slow. The more layers you put on, the darker it go. So that's all you gotta know, guys. That's all you gotta know. And again, testing that paint long before you ever get onto your project, making sure that it is the consistency that you are after. That wasn't. So I'm adding a little bit more thinners, mixing her on up. And thinners with candy urethanes, they definitely mix a lot better than these water-based colors. Like you saw me there, just sort of shake the cup around, and that's all it needs, man. Do a quick little blowback, and that's completely mixed. Again, we're going to slap that stencil up there. Hopefully this isn't one of those oblivious camera angles where I cover everything. Here, let's get on in close. And now you can see the light layers that are being applied. Again, my brush, I had a little bit of chunkies coming out. Sometimes this happens when you're moving your brush from water-based to urethanes. You put a little bit of thinners into that brush and it starts cleaning out some of that dried water-based that was stuck in there. And you get little chunkies, but spin them off to the side. As soon as you see them, spit them out and then back on your project. Sometimes I will pull that needle all the way out if there's a bunch, and that just gets rid of any chunkies that might be left in the tip of that brush. And here I just have to apologize once again for my oblivious camera angles, guys. I'm new to this whole thing. I'm still learning. I thought I was good and in the clear. No, couldn't see a goddamn thing. But here we are, guys. So now that I've got it to where I'm happy with the base red, I can go in real tight with that airbrush, guys, and I can darken up some of the areas. I can give just a little bit of a red glow to the surrounding surfaces, and this is how I do, guys. So working with candies, again, let me stress the point, this is it. I cannot go back in and try to bring that glow back up. That's it. If I do need to, or if you do get into a position that you're like, oh man, I got that too red, well, you're done with the water base at that point, guys. If you do need to bring that back up, you need to grab yourself a urethane white and a urethane yeller to get that back up. You just won't be able to do it with water base. Take it from me, or try your luck, and you will see, guys. That's just the way these paints work. And now I know a lot of you guys might be wondering, Ryan, why aren't you just using water base to finish this off? And the long and short of it is, guys, these candies are beautiful. It just doesn't compare. I have done glows using red in the past with water-based, but this is just so much nicer, guys. Just so much deeper, and that's what these candies are really built for, is a deep, deep look. You're really supposed to put them over top of a metallic, or at least they're built so that you put them over top of a metallic, and then those metallics fight through. The more layers of candy you slap on it, the deeper that metallic sets, and it just gives this beautiful, deep, rich look. And that's a candy. That's how they do. Alright, guys, back in with my stencil. I just wanted to get a little bit more red tones into the interior of that nostril to make it look like the glow is fighting through that skull. Not like you could see it through my Neanderthal knuckles there, but we'll get this a little tighter. We'll tighten up this show. Again, unfortunately, I'm at a position where you get one take. I can't go back and be like, oops, my knuckle was in the way. Maybe I should re-record that and what, wipe off some paint? No, it comes out the way it comes out. And I appreciate you guys for being so awesome. Not one of you has been like, man, your camera angles suck. Because I know for sure. A lot of them do. But just like you guys learn to airbrush and seeing little improvements every time. Yeah, guys, it's my video recording. Micro improvements, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Please bear with me. This channel is only going to get better as I learn the ropes. And I'm not doing so bad. It's not so bad. Alright, guys. And I thought I'd keep this one real time. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for more real-time footage. But now you're probably asking yourself, why are you spending so much time on those eyes? This is what it takes, guys. If you want to build up that depth, and if you want to get those glows to really be smooth, it's not going to come in a couple minutes, guys. It's going to come in several minutes, as the real time is now allowing you to see. I hope that stresses the point. I hope you guys realize and understand this is not an art form. that you can just spit out in a couple of minutes, guys. Very few art forms are art forms that you can just patooey out rapidly. And I know there's exceptions to every rule, guys, but I've found in my experience of 20 some odd years playing with the airbrush, and again, an oblivious camera angle, sorry, that it takes time. I don't rush myself. I find that I am over budget on time. On almost every project I do, I think it will take me X amount of hours, and I usually double that. And that's just the way it is, man. It is done when it's done, and it takes what it takes. When you start rushing it, when you start getting frustrated that it's taking too long, that's when you're going to start making mistakes, guys. And then it no longer becomes a fun process. You've taken all the fun out of it. Just breathe, guys. Become zen. Understand, quality takes time. Experience can only be obtained through, well, experiencing. Alright, guys, back to work. So, you saw the stencil I cut for the interior of the snake's mouth. And again, I only went in there with all my whites to sort of build up some highlights. And now candy red over top of everything, using light transparent layers, guys, barely pulling back on that trigger at all. And now that I'm happy with the reds, guys, we are going to clean out that brush with some more thinners and paper towel and move on to green. Getting real close, guys. I hope that you have learned something. Elbow to the face in this video. I know this is a shorter one. The last one was too long, so I just kind of cut this part out and made it its own little video, testing the paint before we get on there. Taking my time, real time, guys, making sure that stencil is lined up and getting a little bit of green in that eye. I'm sorry you guys can't see it. I'm trying my best just to get my stuff done and get you guys in the process. Apparently, I need to improve on my camera angles. I know this. I know this. But let's get in close so you can see what was done. And as you can see, guys, there is still yellow fighting through that eyeball. I've just gone in with green to the outside of it. And now we're just pulling a little bit of green to the outside just to give it a little bit of a glow effect, guys. And then I'm going to ever so lightly, just give a bit of a green tone to the body of the snake, not the belly, just the scales, keeping in mind that the underside of the jaw would be white and the white highlight to his nose. I just left that as is. Didn't want to bring too much green, keep a nice white highlight. There she is, guys. That's it. That's all. Let me know what you think of this one, guys. I hope you learned a little something. If you have more questions about mixing urethanes and water-based, hit me up. I will do my best to answer all y'all. And be sure to let me know what you guys think. I did go in with a paintbrush and do a little bit of saliva detail to the snake. But that's it, guys. That's a wrap. Yeah. Alright, guys, that's that. So I hope you guys learned a little something. Feel free to drop me a line if I missed something. If you've got further questions, guys, I'll try to get back to you. And this is just the first one for color for the beginner series, guys. We're going to get on down the line. We're going to start actually tackling some pieces as well. I know a lot of you guys were saying a skull for the cover, so I think we're going to do just that. It seems to be a popular item among us airbrush wielding warriors, so let's do it. Let's get her done. I think that's that. There's not much more else to say other than like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Cheers. And I can't forget, guys, be sure to check out my other videos. We got more in the beginner series, we've got project tutorials, and we've got hacks for airbrushers. Check them out. And a big cheers to all y'all.